What's up? This would be a Buick video. I'm due for a 55 Buick update, but being a hoarder, been doing other things in between, haven't touched the car in a couple weeks, so I figured I'd throw something up. So today is a adventure. I've been on the road for an hour or so, a little over an hour. Still got at least a couple hours to go pick up something cool, because I like old cool stuff. So this should be neat. Bit of a risk buying things with pictures only, but should be pretty cool when I get there. See what we find. All right, so here's what I picked up. This is a 1941 Buick Special. This is the two-door fastback version, which I always liked the fastbacks. I had a 47 Cadillac fastback that put a lot of miles on, and I like these fastbacks. So anyway, just went and got this on the way home. Big ride. It's going to be an all-day thing, but on the way home now. This is a pretty cool car. Yep, it's a little rough, but it's 80 years old, and it's really not bad when you think about it. Something like this pre-World War II that survived relatively intact. I mean, right down to the hubcaps. Some of the trim pieces are inside, and there's a few things that got lost that I'll have to get, but for it to survive that long is pretty neat. And it will go again. Maybe this will be another video series on the channel. I don't know. We'll see. But I couldn't turn it down. The price was right. Had to go get it. They're not making them anymore, as they say. So that's why I'm not working on my 55 right now, although we'll get back to it shortly. And that's it. Get back on the road. All right, back on the 55 Buick for a little bit anyway. Had to take a couple weeks off for other stuff to do, and I still need to get back to it. I got to get that pickup truck with the L33. I got to get that engine out and get that scrapped out, and then I have another Silverado with a 6.0 in it. That's a 4x4, and I'd like to keep that chassis for a 1956 International pickup truck I have. I'm thinking of putting the International pickup truck on the 3/4 ton HD Silverado chassis someday. We'll have to see. Anyway, back to the Buick. So I got to get the engine and transmission out of this thing. So quick and dirty, I'm going to pull the drive shaft out, pull the transmission out, and then pull the engine out. And then I can do the firewall work and get the front suspension cleaned up, painted up, and maybe get the motor back in for the final time. I am going to order a transmission rebuild kit for the 400. I have never rebuilt a turbo 400 before, but I'm going to do it anyway. Or at least I'm going to try it. And if it blows up, well, then I didn't do it right. So we'll have to learn. It's a learning experience, right? So, all right, let's get to work on this thing. It has a 12 millimeter 12-point heads. Alrighty. Throw those in a bag so I don't lose them. Shaft out. All right, next will be the transmission. The bolts out. Get a support under the engine. Get the transmission jack up. And I could take this engine and transmission out as a one piece, but I figure I gotta split it anyway. And sometimes it's easier to just do them separately. This one. Okay. Jack's ready. Next will be cross member that we made in the other video. Alright. Cross member is out. Goes. Slow. Clear the starter. All right. Old transmission jack, so the down is a little bit violent. All right. Transmission's out. Get that on the floor. Move on to the engine. All right, transmission's out. It's over on a stainless bench that I picked up on Marketplace to hopefully do transmission rebuilds. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, next is engine. So, obviously nothing holding the engine up, but if I let this down, the engine should hit the firewall there, and that'll keep it from tipping back. Got to get the motor mount bolts out, and then get started with the firewall and removing the old brake system. There's the old pedal, old master cylinders here, and while I could have made something work under the floor, I don't like underfloor master cylinders just for the maintenance deal. It's a pain in the ass. So, let's get the engine out. All right, engine is ready to come out. I unbolted the front accessory bracket, AC compressor, took the headers off, which were only on with a couple bolts. Everything was just on loose. No need to video that. I think people know how to take a few bolts out. And that's it. She's ready to fly. So, let's see what happens here. If it tips over, it comes out okay. Looks okay. All right, let me get this baby out of here. Alright, engine is out, ready to be cleaned up, and while that's out, going to, as I said, remove the old brake pedal, brake linkage, master cylinder. I'm going to box in part of the top of these engine mounts, take the front end apart, get that cleaned up and rebuilt, and I'm going to clean up the frame. And I keep having to remind myself I am not doing like a full restoration on this car. So I'm not doing a frame off. I'm not going to, you know, put the frame on the whirly and spin it around and do all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to clean this up, paint it from underneath. I'm not going to go crazy because it's just a fun car. It isn't going to matter I have to keep reminding myself, again, I'm not doing a frame off. I'm not taking the front end off the car if I can avoid it. I'm going to try to work with it just as it is, clean it up, rebuild it, paint it, and just have some fun with it. I'm going to cut off these mounts here that were for the old cross member. Not going to need those anymore. And obviously patch the floor and stuff, but that can be done after. I'll probably do it while the engine's out. I don't know. We'll see. Just keep moving along on it. One other thing I know I have to do up here on the original steering column, the shifter only comes down so far before it hits a stop, which is not going to be enough throw for me to get all 3 gears with the Turbo 400. So I'm going to cut that out and allow for more travel on that. That'll make the shifter work. Gonna fill all the unneeded holes on the firewall, and you know, basic things here. But this is just gonna be a quick video because this is all I have time for. I have to get back to some other stuff and try to fit all this stuff in with everything else. So just the way it has to be. Life is busy. So we'll see you on the next one when I'm ready to start getting more done on this thing.